Are you ready to transform your summer into an epic splash-tastic adventure? Say goodbye to wasteful, single-use water balloons and hello to the ultimate in reusable, eco-friendly fun with reusable water balloons. Check out the link in the video description to get yours on Amazon today.
A former cop has slammed Yobs for using officers for target practice and says violent clashes need to stop. Detective Peter Blexley was speaking after bricks were hurled at police who tried to fend off crowds of protesters amid a violent clash in Hartlepool. It came just hours after more than 100 were arrested for similar standoff at Downing Street. The brutality followed the horror that unfolded on Monday at a Merseyside holiday dance class, which left 3 innocent schoolgirls dead and 5 more still fighting for their lives. Former Met cop Peter told our channel, "This type of behavior is actually one of 2 things. Robust proactive on the front foot policing that simply puts it down, that quells the disturbances. The other option, which really is so difficult, is to withdraw and not be a target for rioters. But then, of course, there is greater concerns. If the police are not there, basically as target practice, what are they going to take out their anger on? And that could, of course, be innocent members of the public. So very difficult situations, incredibly challenging for those holding the shields and those who are in charge. But on night 2 the officers will now be thinking, will this repeat itself again tonight? In other parts of the UK, the entire police service of Britain is on red alert, rightfully so. Let's hope we have no more of this. Axel Muganwa Rudakabana, 17, was last night charged with the murder of Alice de Silva Aguiar, 9, B.B. King, 6, and 7-year-old Elsie Stankham, and 10 counts of attempted murder. He appeared in Liverpool City Magistrates Court today, and was unmasked. But ahead of the charge, protesters spilled onto the streets of Hartlepool. Horror footage showed the violent clash at its peak, with cops in riot suits battling to hold the masses at bay. Bricks and bottles were lobbed at the police, as they fought to push the crowds back. In another shocking clip, a blaze could be seen tearing through a cop car, the second that has been set alight in 2 days. A massive bang was heard as its fuel tank went up in flames, eventually leaving the car a charged shell. Snaps then showed fire crews battling to extinguish the blaze. Cleveland police confirmed that 4 people had been arrested for various offenses including public order and affray. Several officers suffered injuries after missiles were launched by Yobs amid the chaos. Chief Superintendent David Sutherland said on Wednesday night, "We currently have a high policing presence while officers respond to disorder that is taking place in Hartlepool following a protest that began this evening. At this stage we believe the protest is in connection with the incident in Southport earlier this week. Our officers are facing missiles, glass bottles and eggs being thrown at them and have made arrests as they remain in the area to protect the safety of those living in the community. I want to urge members of the public to stay away from the area." It came just hours after riots broke out outside Downing Street, seeing flares and bricks hurled near the gates of the Prime Minister's residence. 100 people were arrested with a number of protesters detained as police drove them into Trafalgar Square. Several men were wrestled to the floor and handcuffed as cops managed to slowly get a handle on the situation. Tuesday's riots in Southport saw protesters try and attack a mosque with police vehicles set ablaze. Cops suffered serious injuries when bricks, stones and bottles were thrown in chaotic scenes. Merseyside police said more than 50 officers were injured amid the disorder. The night prior, riots broke out in Southport. Speculation about the alleged attacker's identity circulated online, seeing the tension that already existed after Monday's horrific attack explode. Despite social media claims, cops stressed that the suspect was born in Cardiff. The mum of Elsie Stankham, one of 3 victims so far from the attack, had condemned the violence and urged protesters to stop after the riots in her town. In a message widely shared online, Jenny Stankham said, "This is the only thing that I will write. But please stop the violence in Southport tonight. The police have been nothing but heroic these last 24 hours and we don't need this."